Hey everyone, it's Emily from thestylishgeek.com. So the other day I was thinking that I don't really have any ugly Christmas sweaters, and since I'm all about DIY, I figured why not just make one? And since I've been watching so much Adventure Time lately, I figured maybe I would take this big sweater and put a big ugly Finn face on it, and that could be my ugly Christmas sweater. Now I don't know if people will really get it, but I thought it'd be a fun project, so that's what I'll be doing today, so keep watching.
Alright, so let's get started. First you'll need an old sweater. You can either go with a plain one or a patterned one as long as you can glue things to it. Next you'll need some felt pieces, which you can usually buy in single sheets. Then you'll need fabric glue, since we're essentially going to glue all the felt pieces to the sweater. I recommend using Aleene's. Next is a hairdryer, which is completely optional. I found that this helped bond the fabric and the glue together. Lastly, I recommend getting some heavy books so you can put it on top of everything once you're done. This is to keep everything in place while it dries. So to get started, you'll need your picture of Finn. The one I'm using is his rage face from the Ocean of Fear episode. Then take a colored pencil and start sketching out Finn's head shape. Cut the shape of his hat out and then use the negative space to trace his face shape. When you're cutting out the face shape, make sure that you cut a little bit larger than what you drew, just to be sure the face overlaps on top of the hat. Pin everything down just to make sure it's secure. Now onto Finn's body. Take your blue piece and place it underneath the head. Cut 2 straight lines so that the width of the body matches up with the width of the hat. At this point you can use a colored pencil to sketch out the eyes and the mouth just so you know where to place them. Use the white felt to cut out the eyes, don't forget the eyeballs, and then cut out the mouth shape. Using your light pink felt, cut out the gums and the tongue. You'll need white felt for the teeth. Those teeth are kind of a pain to cut, but don't worry, it'll look cool in the end. Now comes the more tedious part where you're going to have to cut thin strips of black for all those rage lines on Finn's face. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect since it is an ugly face. Now that everything's in place, you're going to glue everything down to the sweater. I'm using Aleene's fabric glue, which you can get at any craft store. When you're gluing the felt down, you may notice that it doesn't bond right away. Just be patient as this can take a few hours for everything to really dry. Make sure you're generous when applying the glue. For the lines on the face, I found the best way to do this was to create the lines using the glue and then stick the black felt to that. Here I'm cutting the shirt sleeves. You'll see in the final picture that Finn actually has an arm, so don't forget to add that. For the backpack, put the light green felt on the top and the darker green felt on the bottom. You'll also need to create 2 sets of backpack straps which go over each side of his arm. Once everything's glued down, I would suggest going over the entire design with the hairdryer. This seemed to help the bonding process of the glue. Also, I took a bow that I got from Michaels and I safety pinned it on the front just to make it a little more festive. Once that's done, put some heavy books on top just so everything stays in place.
Alright, so here's how everything turned out. I thought it looked pretty ridiculous once I saw it on, but I was pretty happy with it. So hopefully you can wear it to your next ugly Christmas sweater party or to Comic-Con or anywhere you really want to. A family gathering maybe. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial, and please subscribe and follow me on Facebook, and I'll talk to you guys later.